My video about Great Western Levels 1902 did better than I was expecting, to the point where the official Golden Age Developments channel left a comment on the video and shared it in a community post. As a follow-up to the Great Western Levels video, and as a way of thanking GAD for the shout-out, I thought I'd have a look at another one of their routes. This is Portshaven Branch 1880. Portshaven was released in March 2025, having been built mostly by Glenn Streeter, and it's available to download from GAD's website. This route has more requirements than Great Western Levels, and the full list is there on the website for anyone who'd like to try Portshaven for themselves. 5 of the requirements are payware routes available on Steam, with the routes in question being Weardale and Teesdale of June 2015, Riviera Line in the 50s of September 2015, Riviera Line Exeter to Paignton of February 2014, the Woodhead Line of January 2012, and West Highland Line Extension Fort William to Mulleeg of October 2014. This route caught my eye because, as far as I know, we don't have many pre-grouping routes in TS. Although the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway is not my area of expertise at all, I was still curious to try out this route because I've got a decent amount of LBSCR locomotives in my collection and wanted a suitable route for them. In saying that, a big tank engine like the L-Class 464 is borderline overkill for such a short branch as Portshaven. And of course, this particular route is set long before the Ls were even built. At the opposite end of the size spectrum, here are 2 examples of the A1 Terrier class, which is much more suitable for Portshaven if you ask me. Incidentally, Fenchurch and Box Hill were the 2 Terriers I saw in real life. This route focuses on a branch line running from a mainline station, called Arunfield Junction, down to the docks at Portshaven, with intermediate stops at Chailey Gate and Bramber Sands Halt. The branch from Arunfield Junction to Portshaven is only 3.9 miles long, and something I haven't mentioned yet is the fact that this is a fictional route. In addition to the branch line itself, the route coverage also extends around 1.5 miles north of Arunfield Junction and up to another station by the name of Cuckborough Green. As I said in the Great Western Levels video, I normally just do a free roam scenario whenever I play TS Classic these days, but it's still worth mentioning the scenarios included with Portshaven. There are 4 of them, all in standard mode, and they require 3 Caledonia Works packs, namely the LBSCR D1 class 042 tank, LBSCR G class 222, and LBSCR Wagon Pack 1, as well as the Victory Works Terriers, which you can still buy from Steam Sounds Supreme after all these years. Thinking back to the D1, Wait a minute, that's the wrong D1! For the longest time, I didn't have the LBSCR D1 class in my collection, until one day in October 2025 when I thought, screw it, and decided to buy the pack. Meanwhile, Another engine I sometimes like to run on Portshaven is the E4 class 062 tank, even though the E4 didn't yet exist in 1880, and wouldn't exist until 1897. Interestingly, the folder you download from GAD's website includes instructions for the correct head code arrangement on your locomotive. It says that, for up trains, as in those going towards Arunfield Junction from Portshaven, you need one cross disc on the top lamp bracket and one diamond on the right-hand side of the smoke box bracket, while down trains going towards Portshaven need one cross on the top lamp bracket and one plain disc on the lower centre lamp bracket. Incidentally, this particular D1 shares her name with the London Underground station at which I went train spotting once. Of course, the aforementioned rules only apply to LBSCR locomotives, and other railway companies would have had different standards for head codes, although there's nothing stopping you from using other non-LBSCR locomotives on this route. In any case, I'm not familiar with head codes in any era other than British Railways, so I often forget the right ones for Portshaven. As for what the route is like to drive on, it's fairly easy going towards Portshaven as you're essentially just coasting downhill the whole time, but if you're going uphill towards Arunfield Junction, then it gets a bit difficult depending on the size and power output of the engine you're using, not to mention the weight of your train. One time, I tried driving the little G-Class 222 tender engine up the branch, but to my surprise, she still managed to climb the steep grade without stalling, despite having 6 coaches on the drawbar. The track is quite interesting, in the sense that the sleepers are spaced further apart than what I'm used to. Presumably this is how track was laid in the 1880s, but I could be wrong. Meanwhile, at Portshaven Station, there's a horse-drawn bus parked on the street, and I like this because it reminds me of the horse-drawn tram I saw at the London Transport Museum. As for any other details I like, these include, but are certainly not limited to, the period-appropriate advertising posters at the stations, although, in saying that, there's one at Bramber Sands Holt that I don't understand because I have no idea what a nosegay is. I only recognise the word nosegay from a sketch involving an unintentionally horrifying character by the name of Mr. Nosybonk. If you know, you know. On the whole, I am of the opinion that Mr. Streeter and Golden Age Developments have done a good job on this route, even though, as I alluded to earlier, I'm not familiar with Victorian-era railways, and I wish the route was longer. In any case, this is a decent little route on which I like to potter about from time to time, especially with the older locomotives, and I think it deserves an oddly specific 7.158 out of 10.